Hello everyone, my name is Masterstarman and welcome back for more Let's Play Kirby Super Star. Continuing on through the Milky Way wishes in an effort to try and find Marx's thing of helping the Sun and Moon to stop fighting here. We're finding pieces of Nova here. And heading off to Cavios here. I've mentioned this, I think, even in the original LP here. This room is freaking massive. I'm taking wheel here just so I can demonstrate this, but look how big this room is here. There is no secret anywhere in this room. Like, I would have totally put a secret in this room somewhere, but there is nothing in this room at all. I find it so wild that, like, that room is as big as it is, but I don't know, it is what it is, I guess. We got Kawasaki here. Good old 10,000 million calories here. Could have actually inhaled Kawasaki to get the cookability there, but oh well. I think I'm going down further than I intended to, or I'm going in places I've never even seen before. I do not remember this fight with this Judo Master at all here. I don't think I've ever even seen this. How freaking big is this room here? I kind of only remember, like, the default way to go here. I don't think I've ever seen this. Clearly I got lost somewhere. I've never seen this either. What the fudge is this room here? Is this random copy of Kirby Super Star personalized? Am I playing some subliminal random ROM hack where everything is personalized here? Okay, I know I've gone this way here before. There's a certain mid-boss that I'm looking for that I know does get me a new ability. Actually, I think it's just right here. Yeah. Okay, maybe I'm thinking of something else here. For some reason, I thought it was possible for this boss to, like, defeat itself, but I might be thinking of something else here. We can get Bomb here for this. The rest of this room, I think, is pretty straightforward. I've never gone that way with the Judo Master or the, that other thing before, the, Mr. Frosty. You can defeat Bonkers here, which gets us the Hammer ability. Very, very powerful ability to have it anytime we want here. I didn't actually mean to use a copy for this, but sure, I'll take that. Yeah, see, this is a good instance here where, like, normally we don't have access to Yo-Yo yet. We don't get it until the next level, I think, so you know, if you want Yo-Yo before we're supposed to have it, you know, that's a good time to use Copy Kirby here. So, Copy has some pretty good usage in this mode, I gotta say. Anyways, there is one more ability in this level here, and judging by the theme of it being a cave, you can probably guess what ability it is here. If we swim down here, it's a Stone Luigi. You didn't make it. Oh wait, shoot, I meant to whatever. I meant to grab that invincibility candy also there, but oh well. Just make the rest of this room a lot easier here, but it's still not hard at all, really. What ability do I want to fight? We have Wham Bam Rock here. What do I want to use to fight Wham Bam? I guess I'll take Jet just because it's what I'm familiar with, but, like, huh. Yeah, Wham Bam's pretty much the same as it was in Great Cave Offensive here. Oh shoot, did not mean to get grabbed there. Oh, good job, Rocky. Wow. A good skill to have there. Rocky's just a great partner to have, you know? Really great partner to have. Time for the next level. I think this is... I'm just gonna go in here. I was about to say... Mech Eye. I was about to say Macbeth, but I'm like, no, that's another Star Fox 64 level, dude. You don't need to reference that again. Mech Eye. These levels are also really weird, too. Like, it sounds weird to say, but, like, I saw a post about this on Blue Sky the other day, I think, about... It was talking about Kirby Air Ride and how, like, a lot of the levels in that game were very, like, weirdly abstract despite having, like, kind of traditional, like, level trope themes. And that's what I feel with a lot of these levels here, because this just isn't, like, a traditional, like... It's kind of your traditional factory level here, but it's kind of just its own thing at the same time. Anyways, kind of this alternate bottom path that you can take here. If you head back here, you'll notice there is a door here. How in the world do I want to... Okay, like that, I guess. Gee, I wonder what ability we're getting here. Couldn't be any more subtle if it tried. For some reason I thought that was an elevator gonna get me there, but nope, just a wind current. I guess it could have been the wind currents if that... Okay, no, that's a really weird reference to make there. That was... In Pokemon The Rise of Darkrai, there's just a random line one character says at one point, so it's like... Could have been the wind currents, and I always remember that because on the DVD release of it, they use that as the name of a chapter, and it takes you to that movie's opening credit sequence. The song is called We Will Be Heroes. One of the best, I think, Pokemon openings there ever was, as far as both the season openings and movie songs. I know, very random thing to bring up here. If you can't tell, this was narrated in post-commentary, but it's because I kind of got sidetracked and couldn't explain what I was talking about in any sort of consistent way, so there you go. Take the top left, and here we go. I don't know. Anyways, there's a bunch of mid-bosses in this room here, but you only really need to go to the top right and then, like, one room down into the right of it here. The top left here gets you Plasma, and then the way out of here is this way. I haven't fought the other mid-bosses here in years, because there's not really much to it. It's literally just fighting a bunch of other mid-bosses. And that's pretty much that. I'll see if I can show off the Heavy Lobster blinding part here, because we never really got a chance to show that off yet either. So... And we don't have a time limit for this version of Heavy Lobster. Okay, I think next attack Heavy Lobster does should be the blob attack. Next time it opens up an attack here. Let's blind you here. Surprised how much I've been showing paint off in this playthrough, not gonna lie. So yeah, now that Heavy Lobster is blind, it will very rarely be trying to attack us here. It does really weird attacks it'll often try and aim attacks the wrong way. Come on, demonstrate that, like, it kind of just attacks in really weird ways. Yeah, like, normally it would not be trying to use the flamethrower attack backwards there, but it thinks we're still in front of it, basically. And yeah, it just jumps like that and dashes in weird places. Put this lobster out of its misery here. Alright, with stage 6 down, there's only one normal level left here. Half Moon. This level's cool. Really cool aesthetic in this one here. And just to demonstrate, this is what the pause screen looks like. We're only missing 2 abilities here. You might be able to place your eye on which ones they are here. I'm using wheel at the start of this here because why wouldn't I? I mean, wrong ability there. I can kind of just speed through so much of this room here and get a warp star that skips most of it. Okay, the first ability is in this room here. I think you want to stick to the lore path for it. Is it? Where is that? I know I'll see whenever I see it. This, I think, is too far. Yeah. Can head down here, and it is the mirror ability. Again, also with the whole... You can do any of the levels in any order you want, which is nice for this, but, like, say if there's, like, a specific ability you want, you might have to wait, like, quite a while before you get it, and then you can't really use it much in the earlier levels, and that's, I guess, like, you can't use mirror too much in the earlier levels unless you just decide to go back and, or, like, do this level first and then go back to the other ones, I guess, but, shits and giggles, let's try and go through this level without the... There's a warp star here that almost everyone would take, and within good reason, but I think the only thing you get for not taking this warp star is a 1-up, or, oh, I guess you get some health, If you take that warp star at the beginning, you can get, like I said, the warps, like, it skips most of this room for you, which is really nice. And we get a boss fight here. I'm thinking beam. Actually, I'll take plasma. Plasma's usually seen among the strongest abilities in this game here. And then this room, which has a kind of awkward wind current to deal with here, but isn't too bad otherwise, other than a billion Scarfies and Gordos everywhere. The final ability is here, though. It's actually just in this door right here. Just head down here and get attacked by ninjas. It's the ninja ability. And if I remember right, we have a really, really cool boss at the end of this level as well. One of those bosses that you just always kind of remember. And it's interesting because it's definitely like the first really different and unique boss. Also, I find it weird, you get an M tomato right here, you go through the door, there's another M tomato right here, which is just kind of overkill. But yep, We're fighting Computer Virus again, and we actually have a harder fight with Computer Virus than before as well. We're starting with the Wizard. I'll take Hammer, I guess. Because Hammer can one-shot that. We have the Hammer, the Wizard, we have the Evil Knight. Evil Knight's gonna retreat, which means I'm not gonna do any damage to it at all here, because retreating's kind of annoying. Evil Knight just likes to do some stuff. And then we get Red Dragon. I'm gonna take Beam for this here. In Superstar Ultra, I know it's possible to hit. What do you mean I took a timeout? Get out of here, dude. Freaking bonkers. You don't even deserve this here. Freaking bonkers are hurt. Yeah, Beam in Superstar Ultra can actually hit this guy twice. Okay, you know what? I don't even mind him being injured here. Maybe Beam's not as strong as I was thinking it was there, but... Try and... Ow. Got him off there at the end. Kirby & Co. defeated all enemies. You earned 297 experience points. Not that it matters. You earned 2 tenderness points, 3 appetite points, earned 2 fever points, 4 courage points, 4 ambition points. I like how this just keeps going. I don't know how many possible combinations there are, but there's a lot of things you can view there. One thing I never mentioned, I know I mentioned this in the Superstar Ultra LP, and I won't try and waste too much time on this here, but very rarely with Stone, you can actually see a golden Mario and a golden Samus statue here. It's pretty rare, but it is something you can find here. I remember me and Alex spent like 10 minutes trying to find it here when we recorded this like way back in the day. And actually in Superstar Ultra they added a freaking man there. They added a golden Hal block in Superstar Ultra as well. That's another like rare one that they added. They add rare stone transformations in all the new games now, so it's like impossible for me to keep track of with all of those ones. So there's like 3 new ones every single game, I think, but I'm gonna be real here, I've been at this for like over 10 minutes, and I have not seen, probably closer to 15 minutes by now, I have not seen those abilities once yet, the Mario Samus or the Samus statue. So they're just that rare, you know. I must have been doing this at least 1,000 times by now, and I have not seen those statues once yet, so because of that, I mean, I'll probably just show the pictures on screen at some point just to kind of demonstrate them, but yeah, it is easier to find them in multiplayer in essence, just because you can have 2 people looking at once, but yeah, it's just that rare of a chance to find them, basically. Well, in that case, let's finish the last level. Ready. I will grant you 1 wish.
Well, I want to control Popstar.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, blast off.
Wow, it worked! The Sun and Moon are fighting. Go find Nova. All my plans worked. Popstar is all mine! Now I can do anything. I must be going now.
let us, in fact, race into action here, because, yeah, no. So, in the story of the cutscene that I'm gonna have to splice in here, Marx basically tricks us into trusting us to do his dirty work, and now he has the power of a god, and yeah, he's basically a laughing maniacal clown trying to take over the world. Gee, I wonder what other Super Nintendo game that's starting to remind me of here. I need to get back to that at some point here. So yeah, this level here, the Nova level here, kind of tricky. It's a shmup here with a bunch of fast-moving targets here. We have to dodge walls and a bunch of other just tricky obstacles in general here, because if we get hit, then we take a lot of damage here. I think we're mostly out of the obstacle territory here. Or, no, we're not. Okay, now I think we are. Now I have to beat this boss without getting hit, which is not gonna happen, because... Okay. The reason I skipped dodging that first one there is actually pretty simple, because... this one here is impossible to dodge if you don't dodge that first one correctly there. It's... the way this cycles is every amount you destroy, it'll flip backwards there. And if you don't destroy this first one properly, then... if you destroy that first one there, it'll flip back in such a way that you'll be forced to take damage from that block there. I'm surprised I got that on my first try with as little health as I have. But we have another fight on our hands. Oh, I love this music, though. I need an ability here for this. Shoot. I don't think the ability strat I like usually works in this. I'm gonna take Yo-Yo, I think. In Superstar Ultra, Jet's fuse can actually hurt Marx, but I don't think that's gonna work as well in this situation. It can actually hurt Marx a lot with the Jet fuse. Be an ice attack. It's gonna drop here. This is such a great boss here. Marx is effectively the final boss of Kirby Super Star. If you ever played Smash Ultimate, I was so shocked when they brought this back. I was not spoiled for that fight at all. I literally was just doing Kirby's Classic mode, and then I saw that this was the final boss of that, and I thought, oh my god, this is perfect. Because it's basically just this fight, but in the Smash Ultimate style, and it's just... like... you really had to spawn there, you stupid clown. Okay, fine. I don't think this hurts him in this game, does it? No, that's such a quality of life that Ultra introduced, but... the Jet Cracker is at least a more powerful attack here. I was doing well there that first attempt, but go figure he had to clown it all up there. I think you can inhale that attack and get ice from it there. Same for the cutter attack he used, like, off the beginning of the fight. You can inhale that to get... yeah, this attack here, you can get cutter off of that. He also just generally follows a set pattern until you start seeing him do this here. Whenever you start seeing him move a lot more erratically, then you know he's changing it up here. surprised I even kind of got a hit off him there. He has one other attack I haven't just shown yet, and it's his strongest attack, too. Let's see if he does it here. Not this. This is it here. He splits himself in half and creates a literal black hole. That attack does a ton of damage if that hits you. You do not want to be hit in that. Firing a laser again. I think this last hit should be enough here, I think. That somehow missed there. Somehow I'm whiffing every attack I have. Yeah, okay, there's the ice attack in full fruition there. Oh, shoot. I guess it wasn't wombo comboed in that there. Okay, I really probably should be using a different ability other than Jet for this last hit here, but come on. There we go. Marx has been defeated, and peace has returned to the galaxy. I can't see this without thinking of memes now. There's so many memes of the Nova explosion there, but yeah. The end. And time for basically the credits of this game. One of my favorite credit songs in all of gaming right here. Like, I think there's one other Kirby game that has just as good of a credit sequence, and that would be Return to Dreamland, but I love this song so much. Director Masahiro Sakurai. This is a great game. Like, there's very good reason why pretty much every modern Kirby game was built on this game's foundation. And, like, I didn't even really grow up with this game that much in the traditional sense. I didn't play this until, like I said, shortly before Ultra came out. My first exposure to this was actually in the early days of YouTube, through, like, early, like, all copyability type videos and things of that nature. I didn't really know this game existed, for lack of a better word, back then, but let alone that this was like the fan favorite of Kirby games back in the 90s. But yeah, this definitely was like putting the full foot forward with everything they had. I will say this in a slight way, I think I still slightly prefer Kirby's Adventure, but I think that's more so on the nostalgia side of things, and, like, that game has a bit more of a structure as far as, like, you know, actual levels and worlds and whatnot, whereas this game, all the individual game modes are kind of just more like worlds in general, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, you know, it gives every world kind of its own identity, but at the same time, I feel like all the game modes are just, they're very, very short, bite-sized things individually, and whatnot, but yeah, I love when this just kind of segues into the, like, the main Kirby theme there at the end, too. This is such a great rendition of everything here. I didn't realize Miyamoto had producer credits in this game. That's interesting. But yeah, definitely one of the all-time Kirby games, though, for sure. I could definitely say that the remake is also very much worth playing. It's probably expensive now, unfortunately. Like, you know, it was dirt common back in like a decade ago, but maybe a little bit earlier, but definitely track it down if you can. It's very, very much worth playing. And there is most certainly more, because, believe it or not, we are still not done yet. There is one more cutscene we have left to look at. I don't know why I said cutscene that way. There's still one more thing left to look at there, the arena. I'll see you guys for that in the next part, as well as some of the other sub-games. So, thanks everyone for watching, have yourselves a great day, and peace out.